Hey guys, I thought I'd make another video here. I got a lot of comments and DMs about what I thought about Ganondorf, seeing as I put him so low on my tier list. And I wanted to show you guys truly how bad this character is. As you can see, there are a lot of matchup skews. You got your 8-2s, your 6-4s, your 50-50s. And I thought I wanted to talk about a little bit about what I thought about each matchup and how I think Ganon does relative to other characters that he fights. I'm going to be doing the same thing where I will be going from the bottom up. I just feel like it's easier to get Ganondorf's strengths accomplished, and then kind of lead into like why he has maybe not a great matchup into certain characters, or why other characters exploit him better than other characters do. So without further ado, I guess I'll get into that. I wanted to start with his best matchup, in my opinion, and that it should come to no surprise that it is Bowser. Bowser is, as I said in my tier list video, he is a sandbag character. There shouldn't be any reason that you do lose to Bowser. You have advantage below him with up air, he can't get down. Your combos up grab are really good. Your neutral is probably better than his, which is very rare for Ganon across most matchups, in my opinion. Where he usually struggles to poke, he usually struggles to win trades due to like other characters' disjoints or getting around him or waiting him out. Bowser doesn't have the luxury of waiting Ganon out. Like, Ganon can approach freely, and it's up to Bowser to kind of like deal with that. And I think that's a big reason why Ganondorf is so strong into Bowser. There's really not much else to say. Like, all Bowser can do is like up B, do some ledge shenanigans. Even on Bowser's best stage, Yoshi's, I think Ganondorf is just fine. I don't think that stages really play a part into Bowser, or very much many matchups to make Ganondorf's case any better or any worse. But in this case, all of Bowser's stages are pretty useless. There's no reason to join about stages or worry about the stage. You're probably gonna go Yoshi's or Battlefield anyways. And yeah, Bowser can't really do anything to Ganon. He wins every trade. Ganon outranges him. Maybe you'll get lucky with like a quick fair, do a back air angle to keep a Ganon, but Ganon has so much oppression over Bowser, in my opinion. Crouch Cancel is also really strong in this matchup. Ganondorf's out of shield game is the only thing I think that's like worse than Bowser's, and that's not really like that bad. Like, that's kind of Bowser's gimmick. Like Bowser has a better out of shield game than like almost the whole cast, and he's still almost worst character in the game. So I don't think that's really saying much. Moving on, I thought I'd get into the next character, which I'm not gonna say is free, because I definitely have struggled in this kind of matchup before, but you're never gonna run into it like ever. And that's Pichu Ganon. This is such a bad matchup for Pichu. It's not even funny. I have played against this in person and online in bracket, and Pichu sucks. Like, what? She's 55 units light, which means she dies insanely early, loses every trade or can't trade. There are times when maybe Pichu can get underneath Ganondorf a little bit, or she can wait him out. But Pichu's projectile is self-inflicting. Like, it is, you know what I mean. It's self-inflicting, so Ganon can just wait it out. He can jump over it. Pichu's Nair is pretty good, but again, like, Ganon can just back up fair. He can crouch cancel. He can shield grab Pichu, and there's not really a whole lot he can do. Again, like, stages don't really matter in this matchup. Pichu's just too light. She will die to everything that you throw at her. It doesn't really matter that she's like a really low grounded character. You can sometimes like grab, or you can sometimes whiff a grab with Ganon if she's crouching, but that's not really necessary. You can just, I don't know, like that's so minute when you can do anything to Pichu and it'll be threatening. You can F tilt, down tilt. I bet you up tilt's probably useful with how bad her recovery is. So I don't think I need much of an explanation on this one. The next matchup I think is pretty bad for the other person. Is Roy. Now Roy has a problem in general where he can't beat crouch cancel, and I think if you're Ganondorf, like, you should know how to crouch cancel. Of course, like, we're assuming here that you know how to play both sides of the matchup properly. There's not really a whole lot Roy can do. He can do a little bit of tech chasing that Marth can do, which I'll talk about later. But you have to read a lot. Not only is your, like, fair, down air, up air, nair not very good into Ganon. Ganon can respond with crouch cancel pretty well in this matchup. Down tilt doesn't really do anything. You can pop him up if he's not crouch canceling, but if you're Ganon, you're either crouch canceling or you're doing like a complete up air or you're challenging with fair. Roy cannot trade with that. He can't beat that. There's no reason that you should be losing this matchup, in my opinion, unless you're playing against someone who's like really better than you, or the Ganondorf is like brand new, doesn't know what he's doing. Obviously, if you're playing like a really good Roy, I'm sure there's something they can do. Maybe they got some reads. It's not out of the realm of possibility they could beat you. But I think if you're unknowledgeable about this matchup, you're probably fine. Stages, again, really don't matter. I don't know if Roy cares to win any stage. Like, he could go to FD to tech chase. I don't know. I really think... And again, like, if you're gonna finish the tech chase, how are you gonna finish it? Or, like, the... whatever you're doing, like, you have to read to, like, get a kill with Roy. You would have to, like, you have to read him doing it like a double jump something and then catch him out or something. Or, like... I don't know. This matchup's so bad for Roy. It is probably one of Roy's worst matchups. I probably could have put this as, like, a 7-3 for... Well, I guess all these could have been a 7-3, but, I think if you really, like... If you're a Ganon, you're probably burning your double jump a lot, and I think if a Roy can catch that, I think you can do some work. But if you're smart enough, you shouldn't ever really need to burn your double jump. You can probably just poke, your shield's fine. His out-of-shield game... Roy's out-of-shield game is not very good. Yeah, there's not much to say about that. I do think this matchup could be improved if... No, I can't. It's this bad. It's pretty bad. It's pretty atrocious. It is pretty bad. Yeah, not really much to say about that. These characters are all kind of... They're just bad characters anyways, and Ganon does put in work against people who are knowledgeable in these matchups as low tier characters. At a very up to, like, I would say a very high level, I would say Ganon is considered favorable to a lot of these matchups, up to like 6-4. But as soon as you become knowledgeable of the game and you know about reads, habits, game sense, Ganondorf does fall off very hard. And I think even if you understand game sense, this matchup is still considered losing for Roy, hands down. Anyways, I'll get on to the next character here. The next character I put on here is our first 4-6, I would say, for us at least. It would be Zelda. Zelda... It's tough because Zelda has so few gimmicks, but they do work. Ganondorf has more tools, like, he's more reliable getting a grab, he's more reliable with his crouch cancel game, he's more reliable with his aerials. The only thing that does suck is that Zelda does have a aerial that will poke you really well in fair and back air, and that's enough to get her a spot this high. Does she need anything else? Not really. You can space pretty well against Ganondorf. Like, Ganondorf kind of has to respect your fair and back air. We could try and trade with it. We could try and hit under it with like a really quick up air. But I feel like Zeldas are really good at just poking you, and I don't know. I understand the rest of her moves are pretty useless in this matchup. She isn't really calm. She's too light to be calm food. It's kind of like a this is a 2-hit matchup. Like, you guys are just swinging at each other, trying to poke. You can try down tilting as Ganon, but you will eat like a back air or a fair or whatever. Her recovery is trash. But I think if either character is off stage in this matchup, like, you should just be dead. Stages don't really matter. I guess Yoshi's is beneficial for Ganon. If you're going to FD, I wouldn't want to go to FD against like a Zelda. I think that just sounds so annoying. They can just fair and they again they can just wall you out, and your response is to time it so they don't wall you out, or make a trade. Try and hit under them. Maybe get them in an annoying situation where they back up to ledge, and then you can like start pressuring with like maybe some reverse up airs to try and go around the fair back air. But that's about it. Her dash attack is also actually not that bad. If you are a Zelda player and you do catch Ganondorf's double jump, like, he is so boned, and I think dash attack is one of the best ways to do it. You can go right through when, like, if they're fairing, they have to swing down, and Zelda can just, like, pierce right through that and, hit Ganon, honestly, kind of easily. Her dash attack does give her a good bit of momentum boost that you might not be ready for, and that can really catch you off. Other than that, I don't really see Zelda doing much else in this matchup. I really just think that her fair bear wall is good enough to put her here. Her grab game, again, isn't very good. Her down smash is alright for, like, an edge guard. It's, like, deceptively quick. And so taking it can be kind of hard. Yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say. There's not really much to say about Zelda. Her game plan is so straightforward that if you can't see it, you can't see straight. So, that's all I really have to say about that matchup. The next matchup, this one, I don't know where to put it because it could be down here. It could be in 50-50. This is where I would say I lack matchup knowledge, but because of the idea I have of range and poking, and I just don't see their crouch canceling Ganon's. Well, of course not. Is Mewtwo. I think Mewtwo is a very interesting character where, yes, he does have like a multi-hit move to break crouch cancel. I don't... He does have some stuff. Again, Ganondorf is a combo food character for a lot of these characters. His multi-hit moves are, like, well, moves. He has Nair. His Nair is really, really good, but again, if Ganondorf spaces it outright, you should be fine. If he could poke better with his bear, and do a bit more meaningful damage, I think this matchup might be a little bit hard for Ganon, but Mewtwo's weight is so bad. You can do, like, down throw up smash on Mewtwo, and it's... I don't know if it's a true combo, but it feels true. He can approach with fair. His down tilt's really good, and if you catch a Ganon off guard, like in his jump, or in his jump squat, I think you can really mess up a Ganondorf. His kill power isn't that great. I don't think a Mewtwo has the means to land like a forward smash reliably or a down smash reliably without edge guarding or without Ganondorf landing from something. His up smash is so bad if you're gonna catch a landing. His up tilt is quick and can be an anti-air in this matchup, but I wouldn't rely on it. That just sounds like you're asking to like have a bad trade, and all of Mewtwo's moves are so weak. There's no reason, in my opinion, that you can't just play this matchup to trade. If Mewtwo's approaching you, I think that's kind of almost like a detriment to him. I think to play this matchup properly as a Mewtwo, you have to play patient, you have to use Shadow Ball, you have to try and pick your openings to try and be around the fair jab that he does. Ganondorf will try and do smash attacks, like down smash or up smash to try and catch you from like an upward angle, which you shouldn't really be coming from anyways as a Mewtwo, or from side to side, which is more reasonable. Usually Mewtwo's are in crouch, and they want to like spam down tilt. So yeah, I don't think Mewtwo does very well in this matchup, and I don't think that's like crazy to say or anything. I think Mewtwo's just he has the same problems against Ganon as like he would against anyone. There's nothing to say about that. So, and again, stages don't really matter. I don't even know where you go against Mewtwo. I would go Yoshi's, obviously. For almost every matchup, I'd go Yoshi's. There's very few matchups I would say like Ganon loses on Yoshi's, or he wouldn't want to go Yoshi's. There are a few later I will talk about for that, but for right now I don't. Okay, I need to talk about that. The next character I have, this one, you could convince me is 50-50, but because of the weight, because of the crouch cancel game, because of the punish, I'm going with Game Watch. Now, this shouldn't come as a surprise to, like, really anybody. Game Watch is one of the best characters in the game, kind of like Mewtwo. This matchup is kind of just like your you're looking for cheese. You're poking. You're trying to get like a weird follow up into a grab. Really, everybody knows like Game & Watch is like got a really fast jab. Ganondorf's got a really fast jab. The difference being is like Game & Watch is trying to jab you and get you off from jumping or out of like a crouch cancel down tilt or something like that to set up a grab. And his grab game is really good. All of his grabs do share the same animation, so there's no real way to tell which way you're going, which can be quite nice to set up into a fair, into an air. But I don't think that's enough to make Game & Watch win this matchup. He does have annoying hitboxes with fair. You can wall out with that. I just feel like Ganondorf has enough tools and enough movement to get around this kind of thing, and that his weight is really just like holding it back quite a lot. Ganondorf does kill relatively early, but he does lack the sustainability once he's getting comboed. In Game Watch's case, Game Watch can't really combo Ganondorf unless it's like, I don't know, down tilt nair, and then you push him off stage with like maybe like a weak hit fair, or like again like a grab fair, something like that. It's a two hit, 3 hit matchup. Poking is gonna be really important in this matchup with down tilts. Ganondorf is fine poking with anything. I don't really know why a Game & Watch approach this matchup. Don't get me wrong, I don't think that Game & Watch can play defensive, but I think they're both just walling each other out most of the time. Game & Watch's shield is so bad, you can poke it with down tilt at times if his shield is low enough, and he will be resorting to light shielding. That's, in my opinion, his best case. He can't really afford to roll in this matchup. He just kind of has to pray that the Ganondorf is like stopping his onslaught, and you can get like maybe a fair in or like a shield grab or something like that. Otherwise, Ganondorf's kind of enjoying his time in this matchup. It's not really stage dependent. I wouldn't want to go FD in this matchup, that's for sure. Only because I hate poking. Otherwise, Game Watch obviously doesn't want to go Yoshi's. Nothing crazy to say about that. Don't really need to explain much more about that until I get onto the 50-50s. This one I wasn't really sure where to put. You could make it an argument for 45-55. But it is Ness. I think Ness is a very underutilized character, and as Nesses get faster, Ganondorf will start to struggle more. I think this matchup could even be Ness favored if Ness has got like so quick and learned setups that Ganondorf just can't get in with. The one thing that Ganondorf does have in this matchup is range. I think that double jump cancel stuff with the GJC stuff is really, really good. His platform movement is obviously insane for a low tier, and I do think that Ganondorf does struggle with it, but Ganondorf has enough range to kind of just deal with all of it. Crouch canceling doesn't really work against Ness. He can do like fair grab stuff. He can do fair mix-ups on shields. He can land differently. His nair is actually pretty solid in this matchup, where if Ganondorf's like trying to punch a shield, or he gets too close with a stomp on shield, or he's trying to do a grab, Ness can actually nair out shield, and it is pretty reliable. Ness also does have the up air string stuff with like double cancel up airs that Ganondorf does struggle to get down with. Whichever character is below the other in this matchup will typically win. Obviously, if you get to a platform, you can shield it and like, shield up stuff. But Ness does hold his own pretty well in this matchup. I do think on a stage like FD, if I were Ness, I would be scared. I would be so scared to play Ganondorf on FD. I don't think Yoshi's is the play. I think Ness quite likes the platform movement on Yoshi's, and the amount of space he gets from those low platforms. The blast zones are adequate for Ganondorf and Ness. I don't think either one benefits from them more. Ness actually is deceptively heavy. I think he's a 1.00 unit. I think he's 100 units heavy, or 97 units or something like that. He is pretty heavy. He's deceptively heavy for a little kid. And I think that does help his case. Not that he wants to crouch cancel, but I do think he does have more survivability than most of the cast does in this matchup. His recovery obviously is terrible, but I think they are both terrible for their own rights. Ness doesn't really have the ability to go out and hit Ganondorf at his down B. He kind of has to stay on stage, but Ness can react on stage just fine. He can wait for Ganondorf to land and do whatever he wants to do. He can hit Ganondorf with his F smash at ledge if he decides to go there. Ganon can edgeguard Ness obviously just fine. He's a character that Ganon can safely go out against like pretty reliably. Make a little poke or trade, and Ness can't really do anything about it. Do I think Ganon like struggles with this pressure? Yes, and, like obviously I'm putting Ness so high because he has pressure because he has strings that keep Ganon up in the air. But Gano's poking tools, his easy like 1-2 down throw, F smash or down throw, down smash combos are good. He can cheese some approaches by Ness coming from like top to bottom. With up smash, Ganon full smash is quite quick. And he can pressure a lot with jab. I think jab, Ness's height is just enough where you can jab his shield reliably and mix up your timings with grabbing, or if you just want to keep jabbing him, that's fine. Yeah, there's not really much more to say about that. I could be swayed to say that Ness is worse or better. I don't know if I'd ever say 6-4. That's kind of a stretch. You'd have to really convince me. But Ness does have stuff. Ness does have stuff. I will not dispute that. I wish, as if I were an Ness player, I wish that I had a better way of responding to jab, because I feel like when a Ganon jabs you, you kind of have to respect it and roll back. But in this matchup, you kind of just want to reset neutral whenever you can. And so does Ganondorf in a way, because we don't want to be pressured, and neither does Ness. It's whoever kind of gets the pressure in first wins. You don't really wall. Like, Ganondorf can wall up with his fair and back air and stuff, and Ness really can't do anything about that. Ganondorf can approach with like his fast up airs, but that's Ness can hold his own by doing nairs. Again, his out of shield game is just fine. That's all really I gotta say about Ness. He is a really fine character into Ganondorf. It is deceptive. I will say that. The next character I will have, unless you play Ganondorf, you won't really know this. But the general consensus in this matchup is that it is 50-50. Kirby and Ganon is 50-50. Now, this does sound kind of ludicrous, I know. But I do think Kirby does hold his own. He does have a very low crouch, which I think does help Kirby out quite a lot. His approach is primarily rolling towards you, and then getting like an up tilt in or a back air. He can wall pretty well with his back air. His fair is useful against Ganondorf's shield. He really does have to respect it. And getting caught out is not uncommon with Kirby's fair. If he does like a full hop fair on your shield, he can poke the top of your shield, and it is very, very common. His grab game is a little lackluster, but I don't think you should be really worrying about grabbing as Kirby. Your up tilt can also help poke the bottom of a Ganondorf shield by up tilting, just because the way that the I guess move works. But this matchup should be played from a Kirby standpoint as like up tilting over and over and over again, and like back air, walling with back air. Obviously not like walling too much, because if a Ganondorf trades with a fair, you're kind of just like taking more damage than he is. You're obviously a lighter character. Yes, you have a lot of jumps, but your recovery is not very good. The main thing is that Kirby can crouch and get really low into Ganondorf, which Ganondorf hates. He hates when a character can hit below him, and especially as well as Kirby can. His roll is deceptively fast. You shouldn't really be dash dancing in this matchup. You shouldn't really be taking to the sky too much unless you're poking Ganondorf's shield or you get really close. Ganondorf can't rely on doing his tricks that he can with other taller characters, like his quick up airs. Yeah, Ganondorf does have to respect your fair, your back air. Your drill is pretty bad. Your dash tag is dog water. Your grabs just don't work. Or your throws don't work off grab. Your up air is really, really strong, but it is so slow. Like, so slow. It does have a lot of knockback, but, like, you can set up for it. Like, if you're getting, like, up tilt, up air, you can do that. That's good. Although Kirby does have a lot of jumps, if a Ganondorf does double jump out, there's not a whole lot Kirby can do, but he can wait for Ganondorf to come down and land to pressure him again. Or you can just wait for Ganondorf to do whatever and then go right back in. I know a lot of people have seen I think it's Triple R versus Bizarro Flame. You can go watch that set. It's from, I think, Big House 4, if I'm mistaken. Triple R does make it look very, very hard for Bizarro Flame. And I have played against a Kirby in bracket locally quite a lot, and this matchup is not free or easy at all. I would often get taken to game 5 against Kirby quite regularly. It is deceptively hard. Stages don't really matter. Kirby doesn't really like any stage. He doesn't really like FD. He doesn't really like Dreamland. Despite having a lot of jumps, you would think he would like Dreamland, but really he wants to get close to Ganon so that he can poke him easily, or like have a better way to poke him. FOD would be the preferred stage for Kirby. I would say the stage you don't want to go to is like, I guess Yoshi's, but that's just like that's just Ganon. You're just scared of Ganondorf. I could see FD being annoying as well for Kirby because you are playing a poking game and you are switching up your approaches, rolling in up tilts, and I could imagine that being very annoying if Ganon doesn't figure out your patterns or your approach, or you're just like running out of steam to mix up your pressure. But I do think this matchup is 50-50. I'm pretty confident saying that. Now the next matchup I would like to say is 50-50. This one I don't have a whole lot of practice in, and it's not something that I play often. But I would say it is Mario. Mario is a character that has so many tools to get in on a Ganondorf. The issue is getting in. Now, Mario has a really good drill. He has a really good down air. He has a really good drill. He has really good jabs, which are going to be your main tools for pressuring a Ganon. You can't really wall out with back air. You can do some goofy timings, and you can make a Ganon trying to poke you by doing some no dash back airs. Or you could do really low up airs to catch him in the air, and I think that's really solid. Catching a Ganon in the air is really common. Obviously, if he does fade back fair, that's gonna catch you out, but and Ganon does really have to read that with how fast Mario is. Or if he just has a good time on his fair, then it is hard for Mario to get in. But I don't think it's unrealistic that a Ganon would struggle in this matchup. Mario also has a really low down smash that can trick up a Ganon pretty well because he doesn't really have a lot of moves that hit in front of him from the air directly down in front of him. He does have ones that hit directly in front of him, but not down in front of him. Kind of like a Peach Fair kind of does, or a Sheik Fair kind of does. His Fair, yes, he does swing it down, but the timing is so goofy and so weird that you can just kind of wait for it, and Ganon is stuck there. Mario's grab game is really good. You can do a down throw, I don't know, down throw drill nair, down throw up air strings. Doing up air strings against Ganon is really annoying. And I do think Mario does hold his own very well. His lack of range is a little annoying. I could see Mario beating Ganon a little more if he did have range. S-Smash is the only thing he has range with, that's disjointed, which Ganon struggles with the most. But if you're using it for a kill move, oops, sorry, my camera broke. 1 sec. There we go. Just do it. But if Mario does space properly, does approach properly, does properly, I don't see why it shouldn't just be 50. His up tilt's also really good for strings. Ganon is heavy enough to fall into them quite often. Oh, there it goes again. I'll keep talking while I'm smacking this thing. There we go. Yeah, Mario does hold his own very well. That's all I can really say. His throw games are all really good. His tilts are all really good. F tilt's not bad. His arrows are all really fine. The only issue is that Ganon is a heavy character. He is a heavy character and can crouch cancel a lot of Mario's aerials, and being stuck in shield is such a pain in the rear that there's not a whole lot Ganon can do without. Sorry, I'm trying to focus on getting my camera back here. There we go. Without, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. His approach really isn't that good. Ganon's approach really isn't that good against Mario. Yes, you can poke the top of the shield, but if you angle shield or you light shield, you should get out just fine. You, as a Ganondorf, can bait with down smash jab against Mario, and a lot of Marios get tripped up at that. And you can do down throw combos with down throw, down smash, or down throw up smash. I'm almost certain. You can do that with a few other characters too. I'm not sure if Mario's one of them, but I bet you can. I really bet you can. So yeah, I think Mario just holds on very well. I think it's a perfectly fine matchup. Now this last matchup, let's a 50-50, is, in my opinion, 50-50 just based off of, like, experience. I could be swayed to say that maybe Ganondorf does win it, or it is losing. I didn't really know where to put it, to be honest. And that's with Luigi. Luigi is such a tricky character. I've played against so many Luigis. You guys have no idea. I've had so many Luigi practice partners, level partners, the works. And at every level, it feels like Ganondorf and Luigi are just like two titans in their own rights, where Ganondorf is a really strong character with his damage output, and Luigi is a really strong character with his pressure input and his movement as well. You can, again, this is a matchup where if you can really get underneath Ganondorf's skin, and I mean like literally underneath Ganondorf, and catch his jump, he should be dead every single time. Edge guarding him is a breeze on both sides. When I say edge guarding him, I mean both of them. You can edge guard a Ganondorf super easily with Luigi. You can edge guard a Luigi super well. I learned this actually not long ago. Luigi's head does stick out from a side B. Side B, like when he comes up with like his neck or his overalls. So you can go out and hit him. His up B is so bad. Teching it is really, really hard, especially on a stage like Greenland or FD. And you can just hit him again. Same with Ganondorf. If Ganondorf techs, you're fast enough to get him. You definitely can. Luigi's aerials are obviously really, really quick. Ganondorf can space out and catch Luigi. Luigi's do have like timings that Ganondorf can react to. His F tilt is very oppressive in space, but if the Luigi does wait him out, then a Ganondorf can struggle. There's not really much more I have to say about Luigi that I wouldn't say about Mario as well. I do think this matchup is it's how do I word this properly? It's fun. It's a fun matchup on both sides. Luigi can really throw a Ganondorf into the dirt, but at the same time, sometimes Luigi just can't get down. Sometimes his nairs just don't work the way you want them to. Sometimes Ganondorf just gets the right amount of reads, and that's all I can really say about that. The stages, I mean, every character that likes to get in really quickly likes FOD. I think FOD is a really good stage for Luigi in this matchup. He can tech it really well. There's high ceilings for him as well, because Luigi usually kills like off the side very well. Same with Ganondorf, but with the platform heights, I feel like Luigi likes the wave dash a lot more than Ganondorf does, and Ganondorf really needs to rely on the platform heights a lot more. Luigi doesn't really like the platform heights of FOD or whatever they're set to, but he definitely likes to disrupt Ganondorf a lot more because he has problems throwing out moves at certain times. And yeah, again, not much more I need to say that I haven't already said about Mario. Luigi does just fine into Ganondorf. I really don't know much more I can say about this. This is a fine matchup. Now time for the 6-4s. Now, I could be a little swayed about 6-4s. I do think that Ganondorf could 50-50 a lot of these matchups. But I feel like people are getting better with other characters faster than Ganondorf are getting better with their character, and I think in the future people are going to realize how bad Ganondorf is and how susceptible he is to jank. And no character better represents jank in the current meta than Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong bodies Ganon so bad, it's not even funny. That cargo throw stuff, Ganondorf cannot get down. You catch a Ganondorf bearing, you catch a Ganondorf with grab or up air, he's not getting down. Ganondorf has no way to get down. He can stomp to get down, but Donkey Kong, if he feels like that's happening too much, he can wall out with back airs. He can shield grab a lot. The grab game on DK is, or for Ganon on DK is quite nice too. Down throw back airs, down throw fairs, common with Donkey Kong. His weight is quite nice for that. I don't think you can chain grab him, but DK can definitely put in a lot of work if he grabs you. I wouldn't call it a chain grab, but I would call it like you're getting juggled. This matchup sucks, and I think the more that Donkey Kongs play better neutral, they play a lot more patient, and they make Ganondorf try to approach more, I think Donkey Kong will do so much better. The stages, I don't think FOD is very good for Donkey Kong here. I do think that FD is the best stage, and then Pokemon, and then Battlefield? I don't think Dreamland is that good for Donkey Kong. I feel like it's not that good. I think the height that the platforms give on the sides is enough for Ganondorf to like poke with like up airs and fairs at a reasonable spot if a DK does go to a platform in neutral. And then Ganondorf can start to poke properly and DK has to respect it, but otherwise DK is playing like a heavy Marth, and then he wants to grab you. He wants to grab you, and that's how he's going to kill you. And there's not much a Ganondorf can do to stop that, besides like playing regular neutral and spacing himself out. I hate that as a Ganondorf, I feel the need to approach, because I feel like if my patient game was as good as DK's and my punish game was as good as DK's, then I could see this match being 50-50. But for right now, I can't. I think cargo throw is way too strong. I think his up air chains are way too strong. Burning, a Ganondorf has to like guess to burn a double jump and to try and get down. Donkey Kong is so fine sharking Ganon. I really don't even need to talk about the rest of his kit, because that's all that this match really comes down to. Well, I guess I could talk about his down tilt. His down tilt is quite quick and mess up Ganondorf. But doing like a back air into a grab as DK at low percent is just so bad for Ganon. I could see this matchup being a little worse, but I could also see it being 50-50. But for right now, I'll just put it in the middle of 6-4. I do think that with the way Donkey Kongs are getting better at landing grabs, they're learning how to do weak hits, they're learning how to get grabs on heavies, and the whole cast, which I'm, like, mind you. Donkey Kong will get better, and he will beat Ganondorf even harder in the future. Now for the next character. This matchup is as annoying as Donkey Kong, but for different reasons. Not that you're getting grabbed, you're getting spammed. And I think that's from Link. I think Link is so annoying to fight against, because every single Link player under the sun will wait for you to land and do something that's slow, or you miss null cancel, or you're doing like a fair jab, or you're trying to bait with an up smash something, or down smash, and they will grab you and up you. And if they're not doing that, they're throwing projectiles. They're doing their boom. They're waiting out boomerangs, which you have to either double jump over, shield, crouch, grab yourself, and then try and throw back at them. But your throw is so bad, it's not worth it. Link will wall you out. Yes, Link is very slow, and you can just catch him. But if a Link catches you, you're as good as done. Same thing with the projectile stuff. Ganondorf doesn't really have an answer to it. He just kind of has to shield it, respect it, and then like see what Link does when Ganondorf gets close. And then Link can just like grab. His fair can wall you out just fine. It looks slow, but it is relatively quick, and you can activate it quite nice. He can poke the bottom of your shield with down smash, which can be very, very annoying. Yeah, there's so many things about Link that just make him so annoying. If you know me well enough, you'll know I do play against Link. You'll know I have played against Link, and this Link player will abuse the fact that you can't reliably get in. Like if he played a campy gameplay the whole time, it is always going to feel like an uphill battle. There is not much I can do about it. Same thing with like Link's nair, or not nair, his his back air stuff is so annoying, because it's so easy for him to cross you up on shield, do like back air, cross up to be behind you, nair into like up tilt, and Ganondorf can try and get around that with back air, but a lot of times you get caught, or he can just not do that and run away and bait you out and wait for you to double jump, or yeah, just hit you. There's so much that Link can do that Links aren't doing, or this specific Link isn't doing, that I do realize that if not just this Link, but if every Link played a little more annoying, this matchup would be just so hell for a Ganondorf. And I know for sure it's not hard to throw a little bit more boomerangs, a little bit more bombs. I know you have bomb setups, and Ganon's pretty big. He's gonna get hit by them. What more do I need to say? This matchup is so annoying. And again, like, when you do finally get a Ganondorf off stage, his edge guarding is so free. He can use up B and just catch you while you're like doing a somersault, and you flip your legs, and you just get semi spiked so badly, like worse than a shine spike. It is so bad. He has down throw up B combos on you, and he will do them to you. I know he will. I've seen it. I've seen it all. Obviously, Yoshi's is the stage you want to go in this matchup, but Dreamland, Pokemon, Battlefield, FD are all not fun. Even FOD is so bad. I get it that it's a closer stage, but I think it's just more for Link to pressure you two. Ganon can risk trading, which I quite liked. The one thing that Ganon can do is poke, risk trades, read where you're gonna go, and it's... If this Link isn't camping you out, you should be fine. But if we're playing in a world where we're playing as like the top Links for the top Ganondorfs, I think Link does come out on top a lot of the time. I could be swayed to think this matchup is maybe close to 50-50, maybe, because of the way that Ganondorf can pressure with jabs, down smash, up smash. His grab game isn't that bad. I think there is a chain grab. I'm not certain, but he does have follow-ups up, down, throw, and up throw. And when Link's in the air, Link can't really get down unless he tries to just like gimmick up a down air or something, and you can catch him on stage, you can catch him in the air. But I do think Ganondorf struggles a lot more than you might realize. Now the next character I want to talk about, this one is up for debate as well. This one I could be swayed as 50-50, but I think, again, like, people don't play lame enough, and that's Samus. This matchup has notoriously been seen as a 50-50, but I think as Samuses get better, they get trickier, their pressure is a lot better, they get a lot more campier, the movement's a lot smoother. Samus does win this matchup. I don't think Ganon can keep up with the speed, can't keep up with the pressuring of F-tilts. If they do, they would try and react or guess the timing of a Samus doing like a F-tilt or something. Or we would try poking their shields better or something, but if a Samus is just camping and projectiles, again, Ganon is also really effective against the burn, his double jump to get over the missiles, if you can. At close quarters, I think isn't too bad. If Ganon is putting pressure on Samus, it's fine until she up Bs, then it feels like you kind of like overstepped, and you can't really avoid getting hit by an up B because it does like suck you in to getting hit, which can be very, very toxic. It's the word I'd use. It can be very annoying, and you can get fed up by it. But I do think Ganon does suck into this matchup. It is so. Oh, there it goes again. It is really annoying. This matchup isn't really like an aerial war. It's more like a projectile versus aerial war, and I think Samus wins in the long run. Samuses just need to be like more. Oh jeepers! Samuses just need to make more gimmicky. They need to just. They need to hold space, they need to hold their own. Oh geez, look at my camera. Samus is, yeah. There are so many reasons why Samus is so annoying. I do think you can poke her out. If a Samus does try and go to the air, or you do find a way to make a Samus stop missiling, or like missile spamming or whatever, or charging charge shot, then it can be a lot nicer. But I wouldn't rely on Samus changing her game plan. I would more so just try and think of like, how can you shield or get in or make a Samus try and approach you instead? Obviously, Samus isn't going to want to approach you, but if they are, the pressure is just fine. Then you can try walling out back air. She's tall enough where if she tries to get like back on the stage for like a ledge dash, you can just like wall off with back airs quite nicely. Again, your fair is really good. You can do really low short hop up airs, like instant up airs. Those will poke really well. Your up smash isn't too bad in this matchup. She's a little disjointed on her fair. Her back air can poke really well, so like an up smash maybe isn't the most preferred thing, but you can wait under platforms for her quite nicely with up smash or up air. Her throw setups aren't really that great compared to other characters, but she can just throw you away. She can throw you away and continue doing her game plan, and I think that's what a Samus should be doing in this matchup. Obviously, her best stages are Dreamland, FD, Pokemon, FOD. Yoshi's is the only thing that's manageable in this matchup, in my opinion. A lot of Samuses do like Battlefield, but I think that's kind of like a bait. It's not, like, it's honestly just it's a small Dreamland. You should see it as a small Dreamland, and that's what it is. The side platforms are a little lower, but it's still, like, not a great stage. It's really personal preference where you want to think of Samus's matchup. Oh, look at that seizure. You know what? Let's just turn this whole thing off. We don't need to see that. Anyways, The next matchup I want to talk about, because we're done talking about Samus, like, that's kind of, you get it. Samus wants to just space out just like Link. This one's kind of a mix of the two of Samus and Link, and it should come to no surprise who it is. It's Young Link. Young Link is a very fast, nimble character that can wall you off with fair. Well, not really. Like, Ganon can poke around it. It's not really that big of a deal. But again, it's the camping. It's the combos you get off of camping and making Ganon approach you, burning the double jump. Your bomb setups are really good. Your even your arrow's useful. The only thing that does suck is Ganondorf can really abuse the fact that you are small and stubby and can space you out. But I don't see why a Ganondorf wouldn't struggle against your bombs, especially if your boomerang, in my opinion, is better than Link's. Your bombs are better than Link's. Your pressure up close is better than Samus's, in my opinion, because you're so stubby. Your Nair is really good. You have up B that can poke pretty well. It doesn't always poke, but if you're pressuring a Ganondorf, chances are the shields are pretty small. You can probably poke up air, or not up air, with up B. You can keep a Ganondorf in the air relatively well by chaining up airs, kind of like Donkey Kong. Link can do the same thing. And the one thing that Ganondorf does have above you is range, but again, a Ganondorf does have to approach you, and chances are you can catch them off guard, make them burn their double jump. Your projectile you can make really annoying for Ganondorf, and he does have to respect it the whole time. He can shield boomerang, he can crouch cancel boomerang, or just like try and jump over it or bait it out. But I wouldn't say that a Ganondorf needing to deal with a projectile that you can tilt is reliable on Ganondorf's end. Again, he does have to, and he has to respect Link's projectile budget. If Young Link has strong projectiles, you have to really respect it. I don't think it's as annoying as Link, because Link will want to play the long con a little more with his range. He will be a lot more spacious. But Ganondorf struggles under pressure more, and that's why I think Young Link is better than Link and better than Samus in this case, because although he doesn't have the range that Samus and Link do, I do think that the pressure that you have instead is so much more annoying and harder to deal with, and Ganondorf's out of shield game sucks. He does have like down tilt setups, like he can do like down tilt like up air, but that, again, like 2-piece combos. Young Link can usually take you for a ride if you're good enough. If a Ganondorf is very lucky and gets like a grab or a down tilt, or just plays well enough, he can pop you up in the air, but that's, again, like a Young Link shouldn't be playing like that. If a Young Link is playing more aggressive, then he doesn't know the matchup, and he is making it closer to a 50-50 for himself, because obviously Ganondorf has that range that Young Link doesn't have, and that's why I think this matchup is so bad. If you're playing the matchup wrong, then obviously it's not going to be like a 6-4. It's going to be closer to 50-50, but if you know the matchup, it is really bad. He can't rely as much on grabs, which is fine. He has other ways of pressuring you. And his grab setups are kind of like, whatever. But yeah, his pressure game is so much worse than these two. His strings are very annoying. He can't get down in this matchup very well. Like, he can trade with down air sometimes. Ganondorf can hit around it, but Ganondorf is so slow that it's not really, like, you can occupy so much space that Ganondorf has to try and get through or get around. With all of the, not just Young Link, but with all these characters, that he really does struggle to get around. And that's why I think this matchup is very annoying. Now for the 6-3s, or 65-35s, I should say. I want to talk about matchup knowledge, because people don't play a lot of these matchups that I'm about to talk about properly, and I think that's why a lot of people would say these matchups are closer to like 50-50 than I might be giving credit for. The first one I'll talk about is Ice Climbers. Now, a lot of people will counterpick Ice Climbers with Ganondorf, and I don't know why. I really don't know why. I understand this matchup is fun for Ganondorf, but the only reason that it's fun for Ganondorf is because Ice Climber isn't playing lame enough. And the Ice Climbers player should always be playing lame, always underneath the platform, or if you're FD, just waiting. A Ganondorf can't do anything to your Blizzard setups. That Ice, whatever neutral B you have, is so annoying. the punish game is so much more brutal on both ends, but the neutral for Ganondorf is a lot tougher because I feel like if a Ganondorf or if a Ganondorf and an Ice Climber are playing neutral, an Ice Climber has a better time getting in with the Blizzard setups, desyncs, not really wobbling, but like handoffs are impossible to escape, and even if wobbling was legal, you're getting 0 to death regardless of what's legal. You know, it doesn't matter. Ganondorf can't deal with the pressure of trying to buffer roll out of the Blizzard stuff. And if you watch something like Nun versus what's his name? Why can't I think of the orchestrator, the orchestra player? I can't think of his name, but you know the one at Don't Park at the Grass. He just gives up. Ganondorf, if an Ice Climber player realizes you can play lame, you will beat Ganondorf. The way you beat Ganondorf is to play lame. All these characters down here can play lame against Ganondorf, and there's nothing you can really do about it. He is forced to approach or read or guess or whatever, and there's no better way to show that off than Ice Climbers. Ice Climbers will beat you so bad through like one bad approach or one bad interaction. I don't think it goes far to say that this matchup does suck. Yes, Ice Climbers get beat up really, really hard when they're split up or when they're in a disadvantage, but they lose in disadvantage to every single character super badly. Like, if a Link is up B to them, they're probably boned. If a Puff lands a pound, they're split up. Samus can just shoot missiles and they're split, and they suck. Ganondorf doesn't really have a consistent way to get in, is all, and Ice Climbers kind of do. They can play their own game. They can make a Ganondorf want to approach or need to approach, and Ganondorf can't really play lame in this matchup, or he just suffers losing in the long run through a timeout or whatever. There's just no right answer for Ganondorf in this matchup, and if you don't know the matchup, maybe Ganondorf wins 45 or 55-45 for him. If they don't know the matchup, but if they are playing the matchup like an Ice Climbers player should, where they make you want to unplug, it is a 65-35, in my opinion. I don't need to speak much more on this, because you should just realize that. If you watched MK vs. Judat at DreamHack, you would see the same thing, where Mewtwo King was like, you know what? This is so annoying to get in, and you just gotta like start fairing in, praying that they land and poke their shield or something. But if they angle their shield, or they mess up their grab attempts or whatever, then it's a different story. But even on Yoshi's, this character will make you want to play. And I have no doubts about that. The next character I want to put, this one's a little controversial because the punish game isn't actually that good for this character, but the neutral, in my opinion, is so much more annoying, and Ganondorf can't really, like, react to it as well or cover it as well, and that's Yoshi. I think Yoshi is a character that's going to get better over time with the double jump stuff, with his platform movements. All the stages that Ganondorf wants to be on against Yoshi, Yoshi likes too. And he has a projectile that is alright. He can be really annoying with his back air approaches. Ganondorf can space that stuff out, but I feel like with double jump and parrying, Ganondorf does not have an answer to parrying. Yes, Yoshi has to work harder than Ice Climbers to win this matchup 65-35, but I think the tools that Ganondorf has aren't suited to beat Yoshi. Yes, if you land a grab, you can do, like, down throw, I don't know, up smash, down throw F smash, down throw, like, up air or whatever. Yoshi's a pretty good character at just gimmicking you out. He can just, like, use neutral B to eat you in neutral, and that's honestly, like, a good approaching tool. He can wait for Ganondorf to do his jab stuff. He can parry. His back air is so good. His nair is crazy good. It covers so much space. It's so fast. He can do up air strings, double jump up air strings, kind of like Ness can, and a few other characters can. But I do think this matchup sucks. If a Yoshi is on ledge, you have to respect him to get back on. You can't fight him at ledge. You can try and poke him back air. Your back air does break the eggs, and if a Yoshi messes up the timing of it, you can poke him. But chances are he's probably invincible. You can do it while you're invincible. And I think a lot of people don't realize that, and a lot of people don't want to play lane against Ganondorf. But the way you beat him is through playing lane. He has to approach you. And the harder it is to approach a character, or the harder it is to like land a solid hit, the harder it is for Ganondorf to win. And Yoshi's honestly kind of hard to land a hit on. It's deceptive. The stage I would go against Yoshi is probably FD, because Yoshi does rely on platforms, but Yoshi is a snake. This character is so snaky, you don't realize how good his down tilt is, you don't realize how good his parrying is. He will wave dash towards you and parry your stuff and just take you to town. I do think Yoshis don't play this matchup properly and they play more aggressive, and so it will seem more like a 50-50. But I do think if Yoshis did play this matchup a little more properly, being lame on ledge, Ganon really does have to respect it, and there's not a whole lot he can do about it. Next, there's two characters that share the level of annoyingness for Ganondorf when it comes to approach, or it comes to dealing with projectiles. Maybe not on the same level as Link, but what it lacks in projectile game, it makes up for it in Punish. Is Peach, if I can, and Falco. These two are interchangeable. Peach and Falco have such good matchups into Ganon because of turn-up and laser. I think they can really wait a Ganondorf out really, really hard, and their punish against the Ganondorf is so crazy. Peach is a more defensive version of the same kind of matchup, where you can wall Ganondorf off, your dash attack is really, really good getting underneath him. Ganondorfs love to shield grab in this match because of how tall Peach is, and if you do like full hop down air, double jump down air, like you will poke a Peach out that wants to do a grab on you. But if you just wait it out as a Peach, you're probably fine. You are probably fine, and you will do so much better in this matchup. Your flow cancels are so fast that Ganondorf can't really do anything out of shield. Yes, you are a nice combo weight, but again, if you're playing with like turn-ups properly and the angles that turn-ups send at, you're doing your low float drifting nair, back air, up air strings, or pressure with drilling, and you can cross me up pretty well. Not much I can do. I feel like I'm always pushed into a corner by a Peach player, and I really just have to read a lot more than I would against, say, like, I don't know, Yoshi, more than I would against, like, Falco. And I think that really swings my opinion on this on the matchup. For edge guarding is insane. You can go out to hit him out of down B, you can throw turnips at him, and he really can't. He really has to respect it. You can just sit by ledge and back air your drill stuff and just keep drill nairing me over and over again. There's so many reasons why this matchup is so bad. On the flip side, we have a Falco who can pressure you, and you have to guess when to get out. A lot of Falcos are really good at pressure. Of course, you've seen the double shine stuff on shield, the down air shine stuff on shield. His laser is so oppressive that if a Ganondorf gets hit with that, you kind of have to just like guess how close it's gonna be to you, or try and like jab it out, or take the laser and use like some dash attack stuff, or do instant up airs. But he can mix that up with like nairs, or not approaching at all, or shielding, or getting it before you can. And he really dictates the flow of a match, where a Ganondorf kind of has to like play really, really tricky to mess up a Falco like that. And Ganondorf's punish is entirely read-based in this matchup. You can do some up air stuff that's kind of cute. You can do like, I don't know, up throw like F tilt, or like make him land on the platform and like hit him once he's rolled. But landing and grab in this matchup is so bad. So many Falcos will do like fadeaway drill or fadeaway dare, F smash, or keep shining on shield, and there's not really much you can do about it besides rolling out. You can wall out really well with back air as Falco. Even his fair is good in this matchup. If you up throw a Ganon, or you manage to land a grab on him, you can do like your back throw chains, you can do your up throw into like fairs. You can do down throw stuff and then shoot a laser, and you can do like down throw, shoot a laser, or expect this tech. Ganondorf can try and tech chase you, but his options are like very read reliant, and there's just no way you can convince me that a Ganondorf reading is as dangerous as a Falco who has like a guaranteed setup with like your approaches or your laser, which is like guaranteed damage. Ganondorf has to like deal with that. You have guaranteed crossups. Ganondorf really can't approach a Falco unless this Falco is like really bad at shooting lasers, or just doesn't really take his mind off of autopilot from doing his lasers. But this matchup is so restricting It's so hard to deal with Falco's lasers. It's so hard to deal with Falco's aerials. Up tilt is such a hard move to deal with. If you were a Falco and you practiced doing like wave dash up tilt in place or away or in or whatever, you would really mess up a Ganondorf so freely. Down tilt will poke shield super well. Yeah, I just think the better Falcos get the worse Ganondorf gets. People used to think this matchup was like 55-45 back in the day. Falcos are getting too good. I remember Ace used to play PvP all the time, and he said this matchup used to be 50-50. I don't know if Ace believes that anymore. I don't know if PPMD even believes that anymore. This matchup is so bad. His character is so bad, and there's not a whole lot you can do to fight a Falco who is pressuring you or spacing you properly, in my opinion. And anyway, if a Ganondorf does win this matchup, it is all gimmicks. The stage selection for both Peach and Falco are pretty much, do you want to go Dreamland or FD? If a Ganondorf can't get down, or he's stuck with his options, or he can't rely on a platform, he's so screwed. There's not a whole lot he can do. Now on to the 7-3s. These matchups are where like reads are essential, or if you're playing the matchup properly, like a Ganondorf just shouldn't land a hit on you. Or if they do land a hit on you, it's because you're just being too predictable, or you played them too many times, or you're just not prepared to deal with the matchup properly. The first character I want to talk about with that would be Marth. Marth is so oppressive. A lot of Marths don't play this matchup properly. When I play on netplay or I play in person, it's very rarely that I'll see a Marth playing properly, spacing fairs or getting underneath the Ganon, using his dash dance like properly and mixing up the timing with dash dance, and I'm just dash dancing for the corner. His up tilt is super crazy good. He can juggle a Ganondorf super well, and catching a jump is so easy to react to his Marth. It's a little crazy. But that's not even the way you want to play the matchup. You want to wait for a Ganondorf to approach you, and then you want to do down throw tech chases on him. There is no reason you should be doing aerials or anything else besides down throw tech chases and then try to shove him off stage once he's at a high enough percent. I understand Marths don't want to play that lame, but sometimes you gotta learn to play lame. And if you want to play lame, you will dominate any Ganondorf in this matchup. I am not even, I don't know. I don't have a second thought about that. There's no reason why Marth can't dominate a Ganon in this matchup. It is so, yeah. I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. Up tilt is so good. Down tilt pokes shield and makes Ganondorf can't be able to approach. His grab game is ridiculous. His dash dance is ridiculous. His jump is so fast. You can shark super well. If you want to do the up throw sharking stuff and put him on a platform, you can. Not like Ganondorf has an easy time getting down anyways. He has to read a down air or kind of drift or air dodge and risk getting sent off again. Marth can struggle with recovering a Ganondorf going high, but in my opinion, it's easy. It's as good to just send them away than it is to just let them like land. Like, you don't have to kill them every time they're off stage. Just send them back off stage. You know what I mean? Like, down tilt them, do like a back air to send them away, trophies and stuff. This matchup is so hard, and it's crazy that a lot of Marths do struggle against Ganondorf. I think it's because they think of him as like a heavy character, and they think he's like really slow. Yes, he can trick you out and bait you with fairs and back airs and down airs and stuff like that. Ganondorf is a character that likes to bait, but as soon as you learn how to fight against this character, it should be game over for a Ganondorf. I don't think I'm really crazy in saying that. I think it's just, yeah, this matchup on paper just is so bad. It's so bad. And there are characters that do Marth's job a little better, but we'll get into that later. As for the stages for Marth, FD I guess is the best. That isn't too surprising to me. FOD is also probably your second best choice, or maybe Pokemon are your best choices. That's kind of up to personal preference. I think FOD is more annoying as a Ganondorf because I think if you have a low-level platform, you can't really land with fair as low, and you can just kind of hide underneath the platform. There's not really much Ganondorf can do besides like try and make your dash dancing game like a little messed up by like overshooting it or landing outside the platform, and maybe you messed up your dash dance or something like that. But otherwise, Marth should carry Ganon like in the air, on the ground, everywhere. He should dictate Ganondorf off of like any neutral interaction, in my opinion. And it is hard for Ganondorf to escape. Ganondorf can mess you up with like side B gimmicky stuff, but I think that's, again, it's a gimmick. It's not true. Ganondorf can crouch cancel some of Marth's aerials kinda well because just the way that Marth's moves work, you can like do a down tilt when Marth fairs you on the ground. But if a Marth fairs you properly, you're probably not getting a whole lot off of that down tilt unless you've been poking them already, which means that Marth has been losing a few neutral interactions already. But yeah, unless you're really well versed in this matchup on both ends, it's probably closer to like 50-50 from like people who haven't studied the matchup. When you study the matchup on both ends, you realize that Marth is just such a good character into Ganon. That's not even fair. Now for our next character that kind of makes this game unfair for Ganondorf, and there's no real answer to him. Puff. Puff is... Yes, she dies early, but landing a hit on this stupid character is so hard. She can wall with back airs, she has so much retreat room, she has so much space. Ganondorf is so heavy and her up air is so big that you can juggle him with almost every single move you have, even drill. I bet you if you practice Nair rest setups on Puff to Ganon, you can probably find something that somebody else hasn't even found yet that is probably a true combo. You can do pound into rest 2 at certain percents with bad DI. Ganondorf can't really do anything to get into Puff. Puff has such nice air mobility that you can poke with back air reliably. And Ganondorf can't really like take the hit as well. Like usually he wants to crouch cancel down tilt you, or like do like a really cool or really fast, I should say, instant up air, or try and like read where you're drifting with your fairs. Unless your drift is really predictable, you shouldn't be getting hit by that kind of thing. Yeah, that's not really much more I need to say about Puff. She is a stalling character, and Ganondorf sucks against lane. I mean, there are better characters that can play lane against Ganondorf, but this one for sure is the most like obvious, in my opinion. The reason it's not an 8-2 or a 75-25 is because Puff is so light that if you can manage to get a trade, it is great. It's just getting that trade so hard. And Puff is probably going to do more off of a trade than you will. She'll probably carry you with back airs, or she'll land more back airs than you will land fairs. Because her back air is so disjointed. What else can I tell you? Yeah, her drill's really good. You can poke the bottom of Ganondorf's shield if you do want to approach. Her smash attacks aren't really useful. Her down smash can edge guard Ganondorf quite well and can kind of mess up his timing with his tech timing stuff. But otherwise, you should just be peppering with back air, playing lame on ledge. Ganondorf doesn't really have an answer to you playing on ledge unless you're approaching off of ledge or trying to hit Ganondorf off ledge with like fair, and you're being like careless about it. Then your fair will like your foot hurt box will extend past your hitbox, if that makes sense. So unless you're being really careless with Puff, you should win this matchup pretty freely by playing lane. I get it that you really don't want to play lane, but that's just the way she goes. That's how, and you can honestly just cap top platform with Puff. If a Ganondorf is like struggling and you're like, I don't want to do the ledge thing, you can do the top platform thing where you just go to the top platform on a stage and just camp. There's no answer. Ganondorf has to burn his double jump on a lot of stages to reach the top platform. And that's, you can react to that and just wait it out. I just realized I made a little bit of a mistake, and I don't want to talk about this before it gets a little too long. But I forgot to put Dr. Mario on this list. I will be putting him at 6'4". I don't want to talk about him too much because I kind of messed because there's not really a reason to talk about him. He does have like chain grab. He does have like throw setups. His pill is very oppressive. His neutral is very deceptively wonky, where his up tilt is really big and sends at a weird angle. His cape is super annoying. His aerial rush game using like reverse back airs are really good. His moves are a lot stronger than Mario's and send at more convenient angles, and his kill setups are better, but I feel like it's justified that he's put around here. The stages don't really matter. FD is obviously going to be your favorite stage, then probably Pokemon because you're going to kill fair a lot of times. I'm sure docs have labbed it out to kill Ganondorf off of a grab at certain percents. yes, it's a little annoying to maybe edge guard a Ganondorf sometimes, I can understand that, but Cape can just do the job. You can just go out and hit him as Doc, if he does like a down B or whatever. Yeah, not really much to talk about. I just think this matchup is super annoying, and I think Dr. Mario is a great character that is underutilized. And of course, if you see Dr. Mario that's playing lane against Ganon, it is such hell to deal with. And I'm saying that for... I've said that so many times, but it really is true for all these characters. Next I want to get into our first 75-25. I don't know the order for this one particularly, because I think it is just, like, that bad. Or, like, not that that's bad, but it's, like, the exposure I've had in these matchups is, like, quite limited. I have played a few of these characters, but I haven't, or I have played a few of one of these characters, but I haven't played a few of the other character. At least not properly. So I'm gonna assume Pikachu and Falcon are about the same. They both have the same game plan where they can nair in, and Ganondorf has to respect it. There's not a whole lot Ganondorf can do in terms of, like, reacting to these kind of characters. Yes, you could do, like, upward angled F-tilt or, like, regularly angled F-tilt. You can do some crouch canceling shenanigans, but Ganondorf and Pikachu are usually fast enough where they can land before you have anything that you can respond with, like a down tilt or a down smash or a whatever. If you try to approach them in these matchups, you are losing. Falcon's Nair is so oppressive. It combos into everything. He can do up air strings on you like nobody's business. Same with Pikachu. If you're getting hit by a Nair, you'll get like down smashed and sent at a goofy angle by up air. Up air by Pikachu is the bane of my existence. It sends at such a terrible angle for Ganondorf. Edge guarding is so easy for him. You can down tilt him at ledge to the point where like you don't where a Ganondorf can't tech it because he's not put in like a tumbling animation or anything. Falcon has such an easy time edge guarding Ganondorf. He can run out and go hit him with a strong V, stomp. He can hit him at any point that he's recovering using his. If he's doing down air, you can just hit him with like a moonwalk back air or a knee or whatever. Both these characters are so oppressive. I don't know who to put worse. But the fact that they can rush down and kind of just like insert their will on you is crazy. And that Ganondorf kind of has to read when you're coming in and then go from there is a little nuts. He can crouch cancel your stuff if you're like a Falc, if you're doing like stupid nairs in or you aren't fast enough to get the grab after the nair. Same with Pikachu. He can crouch cancel that stuff, but it's kind of like not what's the right word? You're just beating Ganondorf so fast that he doesn't even have time to get like composure. Ganondorf can't really like solidify himself. You can mix up your timing so easily, and Ganondorf just kind of has to read where you're going. To the point where like you can honestly, as a Ganondorf, just you should just be spamming like F tilts because the timing is so annoying. It's so poor. You can stuff them with doing like instant up airs, which is quite nice. I like the instant up air in this matchup. But again, you're so limited with what you can do against these characters, it's not even funny. Pikachu's also like a goofy weight where like comboing is a little tough. Yes, you can do like down throw, like maybe down smash stuff. I don't know if you can do regrab stuff, but you're probably not landing a grab on Pikachu anyways, unless Pikachu is like really bad at his move selection, like doing an up smash in neutral and you shield it and you like wave dash grab or something like that. Pikachu should be getting grabbed this matchup. Same with Falcon, even in my opinion. And if you do get grabbed as a Falcon, it's because you weren't fast enough. And I think if you realize how scared Ganondorfs have to play this matchup, you shouldn't be losing very much. Ganondorfs can play really cocky into this matchup and like scare a Falcon or maybe catch your timings and maybe mess up your timings a little bit. But again, I don't think that's on a Ganondorf to be in a winning position. He has to take a lot of like losing guesses, like a lot of games of rock paper scissors where like even a trade is a loss in this case. Like if you do paper, Ganondorf does lose the paper, or if you do like paper scissors, like Ganondorf loses that too. And so he has to guess you're doing rock. Essentially, is what I'm getting at. Same thing with Pikachu. Oops. So yeah, I do think both these matchups are so atrocious. It doesn't matter what stage you play on. If you're Ganondorf, I honestly don't even know what stage you want. Do you want Yoshi's for how quick you're to kill a character? Maybe, but at the same time, they can get in so fast that you won't have time to react to it with how little space you're given that I don't even know if Yoshi's is the play anymore. I'd rather just go Battlefield or FOD and have Falcons mess up their timing too on these platforms when they approach you. Maybe not as much Pikachu. Maybe Pikachu you go Yoshi's because he's a lot lighter. I think he's 73 units or something like that. 74 units, I want to say. 70 units. So he's a little heavier. Maybe 75 units. But again, like with Falcon and Pikachu, they're both so oppressive. There's not really much you can do as Ganondorf. And a lot of your trades are getting ins are reads. Ganondorf or Falcon can play lame, but he doesn't have to like lame you out the whole game. He can just like play lame for a little bit, wait for you to do something, and then go in, or just insert his pressure. And there's not really much you can do with that. These next two characters are, without a doubt, the hardest characters for Ganondorf, and it's not even close. I used to think that the worst matchup was Sheik. I have grown up. I have realized these matchups are harder than I thought. And Sheik is not the worst. It is Fox. I will quickly talk about Sheik. The reason this matchup is so bad, I know a lot of people are going to tell me that you can chain grab a Sheik to death. I know. Do you know how hard it is to land a grab? It is so hard. They have to be playing shaky. They have to be playing like they've been messing up all game. You can crouch cancel a lot of Sheik stuff, but a lot of Sheiks should just be charging needles, throwing needles, doing their needle draw, or like throwing needles off of a platform and then grabbing you so that you can't do anything. And just chain grabbing you to death. There's not a whole lot Ganondorf could do to that. If you're playing on like FD, you can just let a Ganondorf approach you and then go in from there. If you're playing on like Dreamland where your throwing needles height is a little goofy, you can just run away or get in with your dash attack. Ganondorf can't really do much against like a Sheik dash attacking your shield. He even misses sometimes his grab if you dash attack on his shield. You can crouch him, you can down tilt him, you can poke him. If you're down tilting it, again, he can't do anything about that. If Ganondorf wants to fair you, you can F tilt, up tilt, do whatever you want to him. There's not really an answer for Ganondorf that he has into those kind of things. He can try and trade with them. He can bait them out, space them out, trade sometimes. But these matchups are so atrocious. And if you get a Ganondorf in the air, he cannot get down against Sheik. And there is no right way to DI an F tilt or an up tilt. If you're DIing out, you're getting hit with fair. If you DI in, you're getting hit with fair. If you DI no DI, you're getting hit with fair. And I guess the same thing is kind of the truth about Fox too. Fox has like down tilts that can pop you up. Up tilt can mess you up really hard. The one thing I don't like about Fox is that he is a lot more fragile. Ganondorf doesn't really have any true combos on Fox unless you're really gimmicking him out by doing like a chain grab, jab, tech chase kind of thing, or you're just like down throw tech chasing or something like that. If he's at high percent, which he rarely is, you can do up throw, F tilt stuff or up throw back air stuff, or put him on a platform. Same with Sheik, I guess, but you can do that with every character. It's not really exclusive. That's the reason why Ganondorf has a 20 and not 0. If a Fox grabs you, which is pretty often, you're just toast. You're boned. You cannot get down. There is no reliable way to get down against a Fox that is down. A character that is this fast. Up air chains, he can wait for you to get down, push you up stage, poke you off stage. Shine is so demotivating to Ganondorf. There is no answer for it. You can make a Fox miss and then hit him out of Shine, but I think that's Fox messing up. That's not you. That's not you outplaying him. That's Fox messing up. A Fox that knows this matchup properly will drill you, will nair you, will nair in. Yes, a careless Fox who doesn't know like his timings for L canceling or his Shine or whatever can get like grabbed and like messed up. But it's not great. I think how well a Fox can keep you up in the air is why he's the hardest. Up tilt's really annoying. His F tilt isn't really used, but his down tilt definitely should be used. His back air is just as good as Falco's, if not better for how fast it is. Maybe they're about the same. But the whole point is Fox can keep you up in the air for as long as he wants, and Sheik can chain grab you, and you can't do anything about that. I don't know how much harder Fox beats Sheik, or how much Ganondorf loses to Fox than Sheik, or how much, maybe even Sheik beats Ganon, I don't know. But these matchups are so hard that it's not really worth my time and effort to try and wrap my head around for how hard they are difficulty-wise. I don't think any Sheik should be losing to a Ganondorf unless you're unless you really just don't know the matchup, or you're getting like poorly grabbed. As for a Fox, if you're losing, I can understand it. I could understand if you don't know the matchup properly, or you're just playing willy-nilly, or you haven't taken the time to look at how bad Ganondorf really is, or how limiting his options are. I think it could be seen as like a 55-45, maybe, but once you realize how bad Ganondorf is in the air, it should just be lights out, and Ganondorf really does have to like guess with his down air. Maybe he can wiggle out and like STI your up air, like up to up air with like up air, like Ganondorf's own up air. So if Fox does like up to up air, Ganondorf can STI out and then do up air, but that doesn't really like solve the matchup, you know? Like Fox can just back air, Ganondorf he can just follow the STI of it. It's just so annoying. These two matchups are so terrible. They will make you want to switch. I think as for stages in these characters, it's really tough because Ganondorf wants to chain grab a Sheik, but a Sheik's neutral against a Ganon is so awful. I know some people have seen Mech four stalking that one Sheik at a major. That is so unrealistic to do against like an actual player of any skill level, or a Sheik that just should know what she's doing. That I wouldn't call that. I wouldn't call Mech's performance relieving. I think it just goes to show like some people just don't know matchups. They don't need to, and that's fine. As for Fox though, I don't know, man. Like if you're beating a Fox, you're getting so lucky, or they just don't respect Ganondorf enough to practice against them, to play against them. Fox's drill is so oppressive. He can do shine grabs, and Ganondorf just has to like respect it, hold shield, roll out, or eat the shine. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, you can beat a Fox's Ganon, but as the meta progresses and at a higher level, a Fox will definitely start to dominate a Ganon way harder. And I have no second thoughts about that. That is just like concrete fact. I don't really know what else to say about Ganondorf. I wish he did have more tools to help with shielding, because I do feel like a lot of characters can just like shield grab him. I know he has like a fast jab, but you can wait for that, kind of like you wait for like a shine out of a drill. He also doesn't have a way to beat projectiles, and he also doesn't have a way to beat lameness. He is very, very lucky that this melee scene and melee community loves to play aggressively, because if people played lame, people would realize how bad Ganondorf is. They would realize he is a terrible character and that he can't do much. And that when he's forced to approach, he is so bad. He's so bad. He's so bad. So, yeah, that's really all I gotta say about Ganondorf. Do I think any of these characters could be moved? Maybe, but I would really need to see someone beat lane. I would need someone to show me that you can consistently power shield something like Samus's charge shot, or missiles, or boomerang, or you can deal with getting juggled, because I think Ganondorf can't deal with getting juggled, and I think him getting juggled is so easy. Yes, you can like bait someone out with your double jump, but they can bait you to double jump just as equally, and I think a lot of people don't do that. If they did learn to do that, I would not be the player I am today. I would never, ever win anything. That's for sure. But yeah, that's kind of all I have to say about Ganon and why I think he's terrible. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any disputes, if you guys have any questions or anything, feel free. I'm pretty concrete on this. The only thing I would consider doing is maybe I'm being harsh on Ganon, and I might move everything down by like I'd maybe move this to like 75, 25 or something like that, and then move all the ones below him down by 5. But for right now, I'm keeping it 80, 20, 75, 25, all this, and that. He sucks. He has such bad matchup spread. Yeah, that's all I really gotta say about it. So I hope you guys really like this insight of how bad Ganondorf is, in my opinion. And yeah, try him out if you want. Go for it. But you won't have fun. I don't have fun playing him. Sometimes I do if I'm chain grabbing with a Sheik or something. But that just feels like payback. You know what I mean? I'm not. And I'm just getting lucky. That's all. That's all it is. So, hope you guys liked the video. Hope you guys liked the breakdown. I hope this wasn't too long for you guys. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. But otherwise, I'll talk to you guys later. Ciao for now.